Yeah, well, it would certainly be better if the teacher actually taught us what we were supposed to do and how to do it. But the teacher kind of just goes through the motion, if you know what I mean. Like, she's one of those teachers who really don't explain what you're supposed to do and
I-
kind of just
In front of me. And,
points.
yeah. Look, variable. Like that.
Yeah, she's like, okay, so here's kind of what you do. You take this number and this number. Hello, Lopez. You take this number and this number, and there you go. You've gotten that factor. Like, where does the factor come from? How do you get that factor? Where does it come from? Where does it go? Where does it come from? Honestly, I've noticed that's the problem with a lot of different math classes, is that, you know, I'm just going to call that the Cotton Eye Joe paradox or something stupid like that. Or the Cotton Eye Joe rule, because every single math teacher you'll ever come across will never explain their reasoning. They'll just tell you what it is. They'll tell you the numbers, and they will just go, like, moving on.
For me, it's been every single algebra teacher.
Yeah, no, it's every single algebra teacher, and it's like, why? What are you doing? I have never met a single algebra teacher who has actually said, all right, so here's how you do it, this is how you get that number, and this is where this number comes from. Well, okay, I saw one, but he actually was, like, in a YouTube video, so, like, he was recording himself being helpful. Because he actually knew that some teachers just didn't know what the hell they were talking about. Oh, by the way, I finally got myself a new keyboard, so no more loud clickety-clacky in the streams.
Is it a good keyboard?
Yeah, it's a Corsair, but yeah, it's a good one. I know nothing about Corsair. All I know is that it no longer do the smacky smack or the squeaky squeak. Hey, Cool Kids Club, welcome back.
Cool Kids Club.
Yeah.
Very.
Instead of the KKK, it's the CKC. So, you know, it's fine. It's perfectly fine. Totally legal.
The C.
Yeah, with the C's.
Cool Kids Club.
But I don't know what's up with math teachers, or algebra teachers specifically. They feel like the type who are, like, really know what they're doing, but they have no idea how to explain it. Either that or they kind of just got themselves forced into that job.
My economics teacher was kind of that way. Like, it was obvious that he knew what he was talking about.
But he doesn't know how to explain it for people to understand.
You can be good at something, but not good at teaching it.
Yeah. Honestly, that's kind of... If I had to teach a class, I think I'd be great at it because, like, figuring out where everything starts and stops is my main go-to thing to figuring things out. If I don't know how something works down to the minute detail, it's confusing. W in chat. But I don't know, man. It's just that it always bothers me with math teachers. They usually they're always in two margins, really. They're in the two margins. They're either really good or they know what they're talking about, but they just don't know what they're doing. And then there's like a secret third one of substitute. And that's it.
My algebra class was terrible because, like, halfway through my teacher had a baby and there was a substitute that had only been an Algebra 1 teacher.
Man, you have no idea. We had multiple teachers get swapped out one after another. It was a nightmare. Our teacher had cancer, so she couldn't really teach us. So instead, we had a temporary substitute for some reason. The school finally realized that, hey, this cancer is going to last longer than we thought. Let's get rid of this teacher and swap her for someone else. So they do. A second substitute, who has less of an idea of what she's doing. But she became like the best teacher we had, because what she did was she would actually talk to her son, who is like an engineer major, and ask him how things work. And for a point in time, everything just clicked. Because you had a teacher who genuinely understood everything simply because of the fact that she knew someone who understood.
Wanted to learn it as well.
Yeah, and she made it decent to learn because she had a bombastic energy to her.
But I guess she also, like, because she was learning along with y'all,
Yeah.
like, what questions she had while learning it.
Yeah, she fully understood the issue that students were having. And then she got fired for another substitute who was kind of there for the majority of it, or either that or we got removed for like a separate substitute. I don't remember. I think she was the main substitute because we got moved to a different class. Yeah, we got moved to a separate class. And then she was there for majority of the semester until we finally had another like substitute, but she was the main teacher. So we finally had our mainstay teacher like 2 months before finals. It was that bad. Oh, and they finally fired the real teacher instead opting to just hire someone who actually knows what the hell they're doing. And it just devolved back into a regular math class where people didn't realize what they were doing. They didn't understand that, hey, teaching students is different from knowing what you're doing. You have to at least understand that students don't understand math.
Well, it's kind of, yeah, it's really, I think hiring math teachers is hard just because of that.
Yeah, because you always have teachers who are just going to say, like, okay, so this is how you do it. Then you bring down, then that makes this number, and that leaves students confused. But when you have a teacher that says, all right, so let's bring this number over here, that number does this, that number separates into these, this is how you get this, it just clicks. And everything starts making sense.
So, Minecraft.
Yes, Minecraft indeed. You want me to like stream the video or the game to you? Oh, you're in the stream right now?
Delay's not that much, so.
Yeah. How does you can mute me in Discord for a quick second, check, but like how does the keyboard sound whenever I'm like moving around?
Yeah, I'll mute you this really quick. I mean, I hear it, but only when you're like jamming on it.
Yeah.
But it's not that bad either.
Yeah, it's actually really quiet. Compared to the last one where you could really hear it and it kind of took over a majority of the sound.
It's this man's birthday
Hey,
today.
well, happy birthday, Skid. Ooh. But, what are some other, like, classes that have just really strange teachers? I'm sorry.
Strange teachers?
Like, strange as in, like, they're not fully kitted out for this job, but they're still here somehow. Like how math teachers don't really know how to explain math.
Good at it. Yeah. I think just the economics.
Yeah, I think economics would be a good one. Maybe government. I've only had like a couple government teachers, and one of them was absolutely fantastic. And he understood how to explain it to everyone where he used the analogy of like a truck. I'm not going to go too deep into it because I know a lot of people here are children and, you know, preserve the youth for as long as possible.
What?
Well, I don't want to get them into politics because politics is just toxic.
Okay.
It's dumb. Don't get into it. If you ever start thinking about politics or if you ever sign into Twitter, don't get political. Don't listen to anyone. Don't agree with anyone. Just don't do it, okay?
I think listening to other opinions is fine. It's just when you get into fights when it gets all loud.
The thing is, like, a lot of people don't back up their opinions. They don't use any evidence or they don't use any psychology or anything like that.
Usually when I see like stuff like that, I always think like, you know, how did they get to that conclusion?
Yeah, no, and usually they don't tell you. It's just like, eh.
But I like the speculation. I don't know.
So, okay, when you clarify that you're speculating, like whenever I clarify that I personally think that trading with South Korea could possibly decrease China's influence, and my hypothesis is like, since North Korea's main importer is China, like that would do that. It's just like a crazy idea. It's a crazy thought. But some people would just take it as like a literal idea and make it their own. And of course, you know, we have instances that just make everything worse. like defund the police.
The main thing about like politics is that hypotheses are usually seen as calls to action when they're really just like, oh no, I was just thinking,
Yeah,
what if?
they were taken way out of proportion, and I don't know why.
It's just the whole people like us versus them stuff.
Yeah, and I guess until we remove the internet from our lives as people, that's gonna continue on.
Which isn't gonna happen for...
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things is that people need to start realizing that influencers such as myself can't dictate your life. Because, well, you know, probably one of the biggest causes for all of these ideas is big name influencers.
That whole like parasocial relationship and stuff.
Yeah, and then you got people like Dream. Ugh.
Oh man.
Dream supports his stands and lets them do as they please, and then they just go crazy.
I like his content. I try not to pay attention to the other stuff.
Oh, you don't know who Dream is?
No. I like Dream's content. What I'm saying is
Oh,
I like...
right, you don't want to know the
I just
drama.
don't really want to pay attention to like, the
Yeah, I don't...
funny man. The funny green man.
I don't want to get too involved with it because it just seems really bad, and especially when you start looking into who follows him and supports him as a stan, it's just toxic. Comment of the week. That's kind of hard to do considering the fact that I'm on here now and doing streams. But if I ever start working on videos or making videos of any kind, I will absolutely do a comment of the week series. Actually, that might be good. If I start editing videos next semester or the summer or something like that, I could do comment of the week.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you actually have more time.
Yeah. Thing is, like, with all the classes that I'm taking right now, it's just like all the math work is confusing and struggling. Everything's just weird, confusing, and just unresponsive. And I've got like a lot of stuff I gotta do in the span of like a month alone. And honestly, I was just feeling stressed, exhausted, just broken by Easter. So yeah, I decided to take a break from all of it and go to my sister's house for a little bit.
How was that? How was that?
That was actually pretty good. In real talk, it was more like a trip to where my sister lives, decided by my parents. But I decided to go because, well, Haley and me had already agreed that I'd stay at her house. It's quite small, but she has 3 dogs that my parents were kind of afraid of because I used to be scared of dogs. However, they were the sweetest and most well-trained animals you could imagine. One of them was a half wolf, and he was just shy. Like, incredibly shy. So I spent a majority of my time just sitting on the floor getting my face licked by the 2 excited ones. All the while just waiting for the half wolf to slowly approach me so he can feel comfortable. I've learned a lot about animals and, well, animal behavior. So I felt confident in my knowledge.
Cool.
Yeah, it was quite interesting. Whoop!
Oop.
That was close. That was
Oh,
that was very close. Did I not grab that shulker box? Oh, nope, there it is.
So what's the magenta one?
The magenta one was just a random box that I had before I did an end busting thing off stream.
It doesn't mean anything right now, I guess.
Yeah, it doesn't really mean anything now because slowly gathering supplies from everything. This is kind of like the jewel chest, I guess. Oh. Forgot that was there.
Diamonds as well.
Basically, I grab whatever materials I gather from this, I drop them in there and pop that in there. And then we go back up, we activate the machine, and we do this all over again. And again, and again, and again.
And this has been like a really long project.
Yeah, I mean, I've kind of been going off and on about it. Usually I'll do the TNT mining, but sometimes I'll try to flatten out the surface, which is a bad idea. It takes forever. And a lot of pickaxes. On top of that, like, there's also the gathering of all the material, so... Oh, yeah, and also that. The iron farm that people were so angry at me for not making, and then I said, alright, fine, I'll do it.
I've never really made an iron farm.
It was weird. There's certain blocks you can use for it. Like, there's certain blocks you can use to replace the main one that they use in the video, which is end rods, right? The thing is, I discovered metal trapdoors blind a villager's vision until much later in the day. So, like, at night, they finally start waking up and they start recognizing that there's a zombie right next to them. And then they do this for several hours in the normal day before they go back to sleep and just completely forget about it. And it's like, okay, that's weird. So I had to replace it with basic stuff, you know? Just the simple stuff. Oh yeah, and also lots of mobs spawn everywhere around here at night. Mostly because I just haven't lit in this area up yet. Oh yeah, and I also have that paper I gotta do.
What's that?
It's due tomorrow. But the test is also due tomorrow.
Like at midnight or?
No. Luckily both of them are due in the morning. For some reason, the exam doesn't really have a due date because it's optional, or the test practice is optional, so it doesn't exactly have a date, so that's good. Meanwhile, everything else is just kind of going on, and honestly, despite the fact I spent 2 days basically petting dogs constantly, I am already starting to feel the pressure once again.
How long is the essay have to be?
300 words. I'm gonna have to do something in order to make it close to what the teacher wants. One of the things, like last paper we had to do, he wanted it organized where every single point was like one cause, another cause, a third cause. And me being like the creative writer I used to be, I was sitting there going, this doesn't feel right.
How do I make it sound? I need flowery language.
Yeah, no, it doesn't flow, because like you have to stop a sentence which has the clause and go, one cause is, one effect is, another effect, and it's like, what?
That's like the opposite of what my English teacher wanted.
What the fuck? What? It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't flow. And so I made an entire comment after I posted it the second time when I realized I had to do that, where I literally did an entire like couple paragraphs doing repetition of both the word repetition and then of like just the letter R in general. And it was kind of funny because at the beginning I was like, repetition is what makes a sentence flow. Repetition is what makes an entire paragraph feel unique. Repetition is what makes an entire paper feel organic. Like, you could tell, like, I was really putting in some effort there. Yes, the keyboard did finally arrive. Sorry, what were you saying?
I've always felt like writing is kind of like a performance.
It is.
Or
it
like,
really does feel like that. I mean, if you're not doing good enough with it, sometimes it'll just feel wrong. And if you're writing in a way you're supposed to instead of how you feel and how you feel comfortable, it just doesn't work right. Case in point, like, one cause is, one effect is, another effect is, like, it just doesn't roll off the tongue. It doesn't feel organic. It feels robotic.
Like my elementary school paper would have sounded like.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It just, it felt lazy. If you'll excuse, like, the redundancy, I mean, or not redundancy, the irony of a college paper feeling redundant and lazy. it just doesn't, it didn't, never felt fluid. It never felt solid. It never felt real. And as much as I wanted to delete the entire thing and just make my own essay again like I had before, I knew
Class.
like, yeah, it was for class. It just felt weird.
It was like an actual like paper you were using for something, then like of course you'd probably read.
Yeah.
But this is a class, so it's like
Yeah, so in the class you have to follow the rules of what your teacher tells you because that's what your teacher tells you. You don't really have much else of a choice. Which I don't really like because like I've written so many MLA formats that my creativity is already, I mean, I've been told we're doing APA at some point, but I haven't seen APA done yet. Whoa, an error just occurred on the stream. What the heck? Hold on, I'm gonna have to, I'm gonna have to refresh my stream page real quick because something just happened with the stream on my
it went
end.
wacky and it came back.
That was weird. Hey, found some diamonds.
Nice.
But in all seriousness, it's just like college hasn't been feeling the greatest right now because everything just feels inorganic. The math feels inorganic. The assignments feel inorganic. The only thing that feels organic is my digital art class, but I think everyone knows how digital art classes actually genuinely work. If you ever take a digital art class, it is the most freedom you'll ever feel in a school system in your life.
I've never actually taken an art class, or ever since middle school.
Digital art is probably your best option. It feels so organic. Everything is do it yourself. So if you're told to make like a piece of vector art, you can make literally anything. Literally, you can just do whatever you want. It's so incredible. Like seriously, I turned in an assignment where like a bunch of cats and dogs were barfing lasers and causing fire to a forest area. I turned that in as an actual assignment, and I got a 100. I'm not joking.
I think you sent me that.
No, that one's recent. I sent you some of the other ones.
Oh yeah, well, something similar, I guess.
Oh great, everyone left the stream. Because I think everyone just had like a bit of the issue.
Yeah, it like blipped.
Another thing is like, well yeah, and one of the images that I made in high school was like Belle Delphine orgasming as a zombie. It was fucking stupid. It was like straight up just fucking dumb. But for some reason I got so many things. Like, I got 100 after 100 just by doing stupid shit. And it was fun.
Oh, it went back to 4.
Yeah, it went back to 4. It went back up. Like, if you're gonna take an art class, that class is the class you should take. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I do have to start thinking about classes. College moment.
Oh, there we go. Oh. Right now I'm just kind of clearing out this little section. I'm clearing out this little section because it just doesn't sit right. It's a little elevated and I don't like it.
How does course selection? Is course selection like pretty much the same in college as it is now?
Yeah, basically. Well, it depends on what you're going for. Like, I've got a crap ton of math classes, but that's because I'm actually in computer science.
Yeah.
Like, I've got a lot of math classes I gotta take, and they're all over the place, which, you know, doesn't exactly help because I was behind on my math classes, so... yeah, getting classes in has been kind of a mess, and to make everything worse, I didn't have the required paperwork to show me what classes I need to do.
Oh, like...
So, like, I was picking classes all over the place, and for some reason, my mentor or whatever, they gave me, yeah, my counselor, they gave me government, which is a sophomore class or a third year class. It's not like a freshman class at all. And then by the time I got out of that, I was like, well, I might as well just continue on and do Texas. And then I regretted that because my Texas government teacher was unfair and unforgiving.
What? Why'd you take Texas government?
Because it's required for some reason.
Well,
I don't even know why it's required. Like, I understand normal government, regular government, or regular federal government, that's incredibly useful.
because you live in Texas, so Texas.
Yeah, but like, the thing is, like, I barely learned anything in that class from where I was because I dropped out of it. Because I was failing dramatically, and my teacher was like, I'm not going to give you any chances to make it up. I was like, okay, then I'm just going to leave.
Whack.
Remember, kids, when you go to college, you have freedom. If you think you can't do a class yet, or you're just really swamped, you can just straight up drop a class. Of course, you only get like a minimum or a limit. I don't know how many is in each state, or it depends on what college you go to. But the one I'm going to gave me 6 opportunities to drop out. So I dropped out of one, and I'm working my way towards getting algebra back up because I got lazy at the beginning of the year. Because it's just really freaking stressful, and it's really panicking me. Because my teachers aren't that great, the classes are boring, and everything's just making me slowly lose my sanity. Only this time, I can't exactly risk doing the same stunt. So I have to take all my classes. And I have to take every single thing and turn every single assignment in order just to get a C. At best.
I'm a decent real quick.
Alright. But college is weird. It is necessary if you want a decent job, and well, who knows? Maybe later on I'm going to open up a second channel or something like that. I don't know. Maybe it probably won't be that, but I'm going to college for game design, basically. And, well, I'm going to be designing games. I have a few ideas for games that I could make in mind, such as a fighting game, a fighting game, survival game, a horde-based game with same kind of builds as Doom Eternal. And I'm going to start making them through Unity first, and then move up to Unreal Engine once I start getting confident in my understanding of game design. I've got like a ton of books that can help me, and the internet is always a great place to find any information you actually need. But game design is a very tough field. It's very, very challenging. So if you think you can take it, then go on ahead and try to jump into it, but be warned that it's a tough job. On top, not only do you have to work really hard with stuff, with like a whole bunch of other people, but you have to feel confident in your own coding ability or art ability. And if you're going to be going to like one of those AAA teams, well then you have like a huge issue on your hands. Personally, I think working hard on a main job, like a small paying job, working on your game, is absolutely required. And if not, you can sell yourself as like a programmer. It won't hurt, and it makes everything a lot easier. But for a while, I am going to be trying to learn how to code. So expect more days where I'm not streaming because, well, 1, I'm swamped with homework 24/7 nowadays, and 2, I'll be learning how to program. And Blender, and just a lot of stuff. A lot of the tools you need. Programming, coding, same thing. But programming, artwork, and level design, all of it like takes a lot of work. And then especially when you have voice acting, that could be a really big pain in the ass. I honestly don't know how to do voice acting. I don't know how, and I'll probably try to do it in like my first game that I'm going to try to make, which is a secret. All I'm going to tell you guys is that it's going to be an interesting one. That is all I'm legally allowed to tell you guys. But I'll probably be looking up tutorials and whatnot in order to learn, because programming's hard. Programming's basically learning a whole new language after all. If you ever take a programming class, keep that in mind. You're learning a new language. And that's how you learn how to program. You learn an entirely brand new language with elements that you've never heard of. You always want to try to dig out these little chunks right here because they can get in your way and they can start floating. And the last thing you want is a floating block. Also, I'm going to place a block right here so that these can actually get hit a bit more with the explosions. Because I hate going through these ditches. These ditches are such a pain. Hello, welcome to the stream, friend. Sit back, relax, and enjoy yourself. I got a lot of things I gotta do today alone. Like, I've just got a lot of work. But, you know, I've been taking too many breaks from streams to do homework and whatnot. So I'm gonna focus a lot more on trying to build a decent schedule. There goes that one. And we're just going to tear up some of these and make sure all of it's empty. Because, you know, I don't want to break any of these blocks. These blocks are really cool. I love them. I love having extra bricks. Extra brick. Extra brick. More brick. Also, yeah, no. I don't know why my computer's having the little bugs that it did earlier on the stream. So... But that was what was causing me to go like, what the heck, people are gone. So, sorry about that. Game design is a lot of fun, though. I'm not gonna lie. It's really fascinating to see how games are made. Because, especially with programming stuff, it's like... It's a whole nother world. It's a field of language learning that you've never heard of. And it genuinely fascinates me. Video games take a lot of work to make, in fact. In order to make them work perfectly. That's another thing. So, yeah, I'd love to learn how to make them. Hey, dragon. Suck right back, alright? Suck right back. Triple suck. Giga suck.
Triple suck.
How about that? You know what? You know, fine. I'm actually going to talk about the game that I want to make first. So, because of the fact that I'm wanting to learn how to make video games on my own right now, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep up in college, so I might end up dropping out with no other option. My plan is...
I did not mean to come here.
Oh, oops.
Bye.
Bye. Ooh!
Oop.
I'm fine.
Sure.
My plan is to make a first-person shooter or third-person shooter. I'm not sure which, but a third-person shooter might actually be helpful. With fast-paced mechanics, or you know, like running, wall running, maybe some other stuff. Make the snake game. You know, that would be really easy. In fact, I could probably make that right now, even though I don't know how to code anything. First you make a 2D game, make a sprite for the head, make a sprite for the extensions parts, and add that into the file. Make a hitbox for both.
It's not that hard.
Yeah, it's not that hard. It's just tedious.
I mean, that's just...
But anyway, the game that it would be a post-apocalyptic survival game where you have to build a base to survive every night, and every night a new monster comes in. And they're not, like, just regular zombies. Like, at the very first levels, they're basic zombies. But then by, like, night 10 or so, like, there are zombies that if you take out enough of their health, they'll split in half. or like multiply, or like grow giant teeth.
It's just Fortnite save the world,
Only, you know,
not Fortnite.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, yeah, it kind of does seem like Fortnite Save the World, only it'll be like $5 instead of 20. And it'll be the entire thing.
20? I thought it was 60 at some point.
Really? I remember it being
20.
like $40. It was like,
That's
or
fine.
20. It was still, either way, that's still expensive as hell.
Yeah. Maybe I'm talking about the 60 number. I don't remember.
For an early access game, too, nonetheless. Like, come on.
Save the world's like, it's eh.
But I guess another part would be mixed in with Sunset Overdrive, because you know the movement mechanics of Sunset Overdrive?
I think so.
I think one of the biggest problems with Save the World was that the movement mechanics were so bland and uninteresting. Because, you know, everyone's played a zombie game, everyone owns a zombie game, but no one's ever played a zombie game like Sunset Overdrive unless you've played Sunset Overdrive or Dying Light.
I think it'd be cool to have like just a survival platformer, I guess.
Ooh, that'd be interesting. I guess there'd be kind of like a chasing game where one player is a monster and the other player, or just an AI, either or, would be a monster and one player would be the runner. And you have to platform your way out while the monster can do whatever he wants, but he has certain limitations. Like, for instance, the player can jump and run, you know, the basic stuff, but the monster can fly around, but he's stuck to a certain maze of a pathway, I guess. I don't know. That would seem kind of... That does seem like an interesting concept.
Needs to be fleshed out. Yeah.
But in all seriousness, the only reason why I'm going to be making this game is, like, just to test game design in general. Like, how much am I going to need to understand to make some of the bigger games that I want to make? Because, like, there are bigger games that I genuinely would love to make in due time.
What you thinking?
I'm thinking... Have you ever played Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance?
I asked language, but...
Oh. C#, I think, is for Unity, or C++. I think it's C++ for Unity. Or C#. No, it is C#. I'm running C#.
It's C#.
But I also do have stuff for C++ if I so desire to use C++.
I think Unity has some sort of like
I think
Java like add-on thing. But...
Yeah, but Java doesn't really seem like a good one for it.
No. Yeah, no. Stick to C#. But
like, I've used a lot of Java in my high school years. Don't get me wrong. Java's a really simple one to use, but I just haven't. I don't feel like Java's good for it.
yeah, I want to learn another programming language.
Yeah, it's basically it's like baby's first programming language.
No, that's JavaScript.
Yeah, JavaScript, Java, you know.
They're not like technically the two languages aren't like that related, but
Really?
yeah, the only thing that's like similar is just how they look.
But in all seriousness, like the first game will probably have like an early starting area, and like you can build your base in the main area, in the main base, and that base is like the first base you ever go to, and it might just be your last resort or something like that. I'm not sure. I was just thinking about it, like, how the heck am I gonna figure everything out? And that's kind of what I was thinking about. Because the first game really, in all honesty, it's just to learn how to make a game. It's not really me making a game that's gonna be like AAA game with like max graphics.
It's just like learning like how do I object?
How do I object?
How do I object-oriented programming?
Nice. Yeah. That's really it, because like I know nothing about it. Oh right, it's nighttime. I gotta go to bed before the mobs start killing me.
Again.
Yeah. Actually, I don't. Yeah, no. I don't not died to a mob. I've only died because of my own
To
stupidity.
your own stupidity.
Yeah. I mean, you know, once you start getting the good weapons, fighting mobs is like super easy. Like, I love knockback. Most people, I don't know why people hate knockback. I love knockback. Because knockback gives you a lot more space.
I think it's more for... No, I think people like knockback. I think they just
I know.
Don't
I think
usually-
Noble hates knockback. His reasoning is because like fighting skeletons is a pain in the butt, and my argument is like fighting creepers is a cakewalk.
Fair.
And also it gives you extra space so you can back
Plus,
up.
like, who doesn't have a bow? I guess.
Yeah. But bows take a lot more accuracy to shoot. I still remember.
Against mobs, it's fine.
Yeah, against mobs, it's like super easy. I actually
Or against-
remember when I got really far into making my own game, but then I stopped because I don't know why. But, oh yeah, no, I couldn't figure out how to attach a sword to the player.
Oh,
Like, I had created a sword in Blender, but I just didn't know how to attach it to the player.
Hmm.
And I think I need to make, like, I don't know, since it was a third-person game. Right, yeah, no, it was one of my many attempts to make the third-person fighting game. I made the sword, and I didn't know how to attach it to the player. I think, if anything, I should probably make a model design for that. But, like, I know now that what you need to do is that you need to create animations and all that, and...
like instead of attaching the sword to the player, making sword player
yeah,
thing.
maybe.
Yeah. I don't know.
Again, like,
There's many ways to go about it.
Yeah. That's why I'm kind of thinking about doing a first-person game first, because, like, I don't... Then...
Because you don't need a model, right?
Yeah.
Unless you have, like, I guess, like, shadows and stuff.
Yeah. Another thing I could probably do with, like, the survive the night thing, because, you know, it's literally just surviving nights after night after night with increasingly difficult enemies that grow more and more terrifying.
I don't like 7 Days to Die as well.
Yeah, no, like, 7 Days to Die, that was really the one I was thinking of, only without the crafting. Because you get, like, a whole bunch of items every single time you survive, and some of these might just be ammo, some of it might be weapons, here and there, scattered loosely. But most of the time, it's going to be just, well, so it's going to be new parts to build your base with. It's really not supposed to be anything cool. It's just supposed to be like one of those cartoony shooters that you play for a little bit, and it's like, yeah, it's fun. But...
It's kind of a one-off, like, alright.
Yeah, one-off, like, yeah, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Despite the fact I really don't know what I'm doing. Like, seriously, Blender is so confusing. I bought myself several different notebooks. One for understanding Unity, one for understanding coding in certain languages, another just straight up for Unity. Or for Blender.
Well, yeah, Blender's a little...
It's a little confusing at first.
It's definitely, like, intuitive, but only if you know what the heck's going on.
Yeah. And, like, all the hotkeys is something that I really gotta write down.
Oh, yeah. Hotkeys are, like, one of those things where it's like, oh, I don't want to learn them, though, but you kind of...
You kind of have to. You really just kind of have to.
God, is Blender Control Y or Control Shift Z for...
I don't remember. I'm probably just gonna look up a tutorial.
Seems like there's just this, like, war between different software where it's like, oh, mine is Control Y, but no, mine's Control Shift Z.
Yeah, why is that? Like, genuinely speaking, it's like every single one of them is different, and I don't know why.
Control Shift Z is easier because, you know, it's close to Control Z and you probably
Yeah, but like
have-
every single application just has like its different thing to it, and I don't understand what's going on. Like, why are they fighting?
Why they find? Because there's no standards.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point. Pretty valid too. You can't really argue with that.
It's like, I don't know what I was gonna say.
Hmm.
It's like buildings, like, before people just discovered, like, oh, buildings have to, like, stay up for a long time.
Yeah, there was
Like, they were just kind of freeform and, like, you know,
yeah.
that's why they're, like, also different around the world. But now we, like, learned, oh, trusses, triangles, all this stuff. And now there's standardization. And, like, generally, if you go inside a building, like, anywhere, they will always have air conditioning, pretty
Yeah.
much. They'll always have,
Right.
almost always have windows, you know, that kind of thing. Basically, a building feels like a building.
Yeah, no, the day, like, for instance, the day would just be used to build your base a little bit. Like, you'll get a few items here and there, or hell, who knows? Maybe I might even add crafting to the game. But the fun of the game would come from, one, learning how to move quickly around your base. Because, like, I'll be using the same kind of movement systems and mechanics as Sunset Overdrive, where you have, like, zip lines, wall runs, all this kind of stuff that can help you move around your base, but also it's a cover shooter. So, like, the movement for traversal and for, like, certain enemies, and other movement parts are for just getting around the base, so you have to figure out where things go so that it all synergizes properly. And of course, you know, all of this is inside my head. The real issue is when you have people try to play it.
Yeah, because there's always those quirks that, like, you didn't think about.
Yeah. Like, for instance, I bet people are probably going to try to think, like, oh, okay, I can move around the base. Just so fighting like that, you know? And that certainly would be fun, but I am nowhere near good enough to make a game that is designed specifically to have that kind of idea in mind. So, I mean, you know, if people do it and people have fun with it, and that's the fun zone of the game, I'm just gonna, like, nod my head and say, yeah, no, totally. I use a lot of doors in my art. I think doors are very beautiful metaphorically.
Doors are pretty cool. I like doors.
Yes, I use a lot of mirrors in my work. I think mirrors are very metaphorical, and I think they symbolize the self. When in reality, I was thinking, hey, funny mirror. Okay, seriously, chat. If you think, like, any part of a movie is deep, more times than not, that art or that creator or director or whatever, they weren't thinking it was deep. They were thinking, like, hey, funny mirror.
I mean,
scene looks cool.
Yeah.
Unless it is something specifically designed to be deep.
Unless it's obvious that it's like a Chekhov's gun thing.
Yeah. But most of the time, it's just, hey, cool shot.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know, it's something else like the character is reflecting. It's supposed to give, like, a pretty obvious statement.
Especially when it goes into, like, color design.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. But then just a bunch of snobby reviewers just poke at everything and go, huh, so he does this in his art. That must mean blank.
Yeah. Red go good with orange.
Haha, red good with orange. Interview me, real me, haha. Yes, this color looked nice. Interview me. I personally believe this color is beautiful when combined with this color, and I use it with everything in order to increase the appeal.
Like, don't call it red, call it, like, I don't know,
maroon or something like that.
Sunset maroon.
Yeah, sunset maroon. I personally use the very exact hue sunset maroon because it's truly beautiful. And it reminds people of a peaceful night or a peaceful evening where you're allowed to do whatever you want. It's so dumb. I love it. I love the reality of things because it's always just so deep. People always take things so deep and they over-explain the red door, but the red door is just a freaking red door.
I mean, I think it's fine if they're enjoying it at the end of the day.
Yeah. And then, you know, they bring it to schools and then students have to overanalyze it too, and then it's just like...
when it gets to that point, it's weird, but...
It's just redundancy.
It'd be funny if someone, like, tried to, like, analyze the intricacies of,
Fish.
of the outfits in Kill la Kill.
I mean, technically they do have some, like, metaphor to them, but
yeah.
It's easily explained in the story. Because, like, the main character, I forgot her name, but the main character, she feels very shy and uncomfortable in it because people are staring.
Yeah.
It's only when someone is proud of their body that they're able to use the fullness of their power, which is explained in the story. It's not some subtlety.
I think it's funny if someone, like, over-explains it.
Oh, yeah, no. That'd be funny. It just goes... And so you can see, this very section of the article of closing represents her as a child.
What? No,
because it's the only closed part.
I don't think I I don't think I agree with that.
It's the only part with clothing.
Oh, never mind. I was worried for a sec.
What, you thought I was like a pedophile or something, like every other freaking
I
YouTuber?
thought that was just hello. Okay. Yeah, I thought it was just going a bit over there.
Yeah, no. I'm maybe a YouTuber, but I'm not a pedophile. Come on, man.
Uh-oh.
What? Oh god, this is gonna be... Oh no, this is gonna age poorly, isn't it? No, it's not.
No.
It's not,
Hopefully
because I'm a
it'll age
MILF.
well. It'll age
I'm
well.
a straight up MILF guy. Like, I much prefer an older woman.
Okay.
Like, seriously, if anyone ever fucking just says, like, oh, Plaguehead's a pedophile, I'm just gonna say, like, I'm more of a MILF guy. Show me your mommy.
Just
Bring me your
mom
mommy. I'm gonna turn her into my woman.
Just your mom jokes flying left and right.
Yes, aged like fine wine. This is dumb.
Iron.
Did not have sexual relationships with that woman. God damn it. This shit's just, it's so dumb. Oop, used too many. Wee.
I wonder what Bloodwick's timer is on.
Bloodwick?
Yeah.
I don't know anything, man. All I know is that, like, I'm gonna record this for 2 hours, work on the math homework for a bit, and then do the entirety of the English assignment last minute, like I always do. Because, you know, that's healthy. But then again, like, I didn't expect this assignment to be, like, 3 hours long of trying to understand something that doesn't make sense.
It's like 3 extra words in it. Extra words shouldn't take too long.
Wait, hold on. I saw some ore in there. Yep, there's some ore. Wait.
What's it about?
I removed the ore, so I need to replace it with more blocks. There we go.
What's yours say about?
Take a wild guess. It's the one I've been talking about for ages. It's Edgar Allan Poe's The Black Cat, and I haven't actually read the full article, but we have to just write an entire essay about an article. And for some reason, there's like some kind of thing we got to do with it in order to make it conform with our teacher's thing, and it's like, it's just a mess.
I like Edgar Allan Poe, or like interpreting it.
Yeah, it's fine. Edgar Allan Poe's a pretty decent writer, not gonna lie. His motive was direct, his writing was solid, and if you really try to look at it in a different perspective, it can be an interesting story about mental disorder at the time. And it can be taken as like two different things that most people don't really see. Most people only see it for the drug abuse or the alcohol abuse and the domestic abuse. I, for one, wanted to look at it from the perspective of mental disorder. Because, you know, people back in the day used to only see mental disorder as like something about a demon. It's the devil. It's not God. It's blah, 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 blah. Religious themes. Religious tones.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think blindness was originally thought to be, oh, you see the truth.
Probably? I'm not sure. I've never heard about that. That is new. That is news to me.
I think it was a lot of like more Native American cultures. Though.
Oh, right. Yeah, no, English culture saw everything wrong as like God's doing or like the devil.
We were very pessimistic about.
Yeah, we were.
I think the
Oh, you can do math? Well, I'm gonna have to burn you at the stake, ma'am.
I think it got better over time though, because like originally
Yeah, of course it did.
Originally the Mesopotamians, like their view of the afterlife was death, bad. If you die, you will literally suffer forever.
Really?
No matter what.
Just period exclamation point. You are going to suffer.
Yeah.
That I don't know whether or not that's amazing or horrifying.
But yeah, their view was a lot more pessimistic than what we have now.
Yeah, nowadays it's like if you die, I don't know, you go to heaven. I don't
Good
IDK.
person. Yeah.
You'll be a good person. You'll live forever in eternity in a place that doesn't make any sense, and that is in every way logically impossible. But only if you're a good person, and only if you agree with what our teachings tell you. Only then, in some cases, and in other cases, it's so heavily up into interpretation that we literally have people committing homicide, murder, war crimes, terrorism. Not to get offensive, but that's like that's literally it. It's just up into interpretation so hard that people interpret it to really, really extremes.
I mean, I'm glad when there's the people that like
Hate those people.
do it. Yeah, but are still religious and like they're pretty cool.
Well, yeah, because books like that are up to interpretation.
Like I think when they just use it as more of a teaching device for morals, yeah.
Yeah.
They like do it well. It's pretty cool.
Have you ever seen those like videos of people trying to debunk or trying to prove that like a cat will not walk on a Quran? Like it's so dumb. It's so funny. Like there's so many videos out there of people trying to prove that a cat will not walk on a Quran, but like you can teach a cat. You can just straight up teach a cat, and of course like a cat will see a book and go like, humans read this. Maybe I shouldn't step on it. And then there's one video where was literally titled, "Will a cat walk on the Quran?" And it just has the Alice in Wonderland girl with a cat with like a Cheshire grin. Is a Cheshire grin. I don't know the actual wording of his name, but it's just like, will this cat walk on the Quran? I don't think it's gonna. Oh my God, he's walking. Just the cat didn't give a fuck. Like it just walked where it felt like. It was so funny because the guy was just being sarcastically shocked and like it was dumb.
I've never heard about this whole cat walking on Quran like thing.
It's a thing for some reason. I don't know, but it's a legitimate thing.
Huh.
A cat not walking on your Quran is a legitimate sign that Allah is the one true God, apparently. But it's so easily disproven, and it's like, well, yeah, of course.
I mean,
disproven because cats are animals. There's probably like some religious thing behind it. I don't know. But like
I think it's something to do with like nature not wanting to I guess disrespect the gods, or God, not the gods.
I think that's their reasoning for it. But then we have someone who like was not a believer in the Quran, and then just the cat didn't give a shit. It just walked all over it. In the first episode, like the man surrounds like a bunch of cat food with a bunch of them. Like there's no way the cat could walk around it. It could just, all it could do was just walk over it, and it did. And then the second video, the guy was like, all right, so a lot of people have been giving me hate because I gave the cat no other option. So here's what we're going to do. We're just going to place a singular book and a piece of cat, but oh my God, he's walking on the Quran. Like it wasn't even, he couldn't even finish his sentences. It's so great because of just how fast it is.
Cat do what cat want to do.
Yeah, cats do whatever the fuck they want.
Cat want to vibe.
If cat just wants to vibe, it's gonna fucking vibe. You can't tell it what to do. That's kind of why I like cats. They're just their own free person.
Too bad I'm deathly allergic to them.
Aww. Well, dogs are also available.
Yeah, well, we have a dog.
Aw. What's he like?
She's
Yeah, what's she like?
Unfortunately, we couldn't really adopt because like most dogs that you adopt are like not hypoallergenic.
Aw.
But she's pretty cool though.
She's pretty cool, and that's all that matters, is that you have a nice, cool puppy. Puppy dog. Do you think Roblox would be any successful for streaming?
I depends on what you stream, because like Roblox, you kind of have to do a bit of research to know like what games.
Oh yeah, and currently like some of the most popular games are just straight up.
Oh yeah, no.
Like all the
Relying on seeing what's popular is not good.
Yeah, because you gotta figure out what's popular recording-wise, what people are watching on streams.
Yeah.
And also, I guess I'd be afraid of people who just want to see Roblox content coming onto my channel and just looking for Roblox, when that is not my channel at all.
I found a pretty decent horror game.
Oh?
Let me look for this. But yeah, if you ever do a Roblox stream, you're definitely gonna want to have like multiple games and like
on standby.
Not just one.
Yeah, no, I fully get you, because like Roblox can get kind of boring.
Yeah.
Especially with the fact that like Roblox has fully come to an end, I think. Most of the games on Roblox are not action games at all. Most of them are just roleplay. Like I haven't touched Roblox in 4 years, and like my favorite game was just Total Drama Island. It was literally just a rip-off of Total Drama Island. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, that's what the thing was called, Casual Night.
I got kicked off because like the two people against my team originally saw me as like a threat because I absolutely fucking dominated. I'm not joking. I played so much obby when I was first playing Roblox that when it came time to actually play Roblox legitimately for like an actual competition game, I just wiped the field with everybody. Even my own teammates couldn't keep up. I was like, come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. How the hell are you already at the back? Good. It was a fun match. It was stupidly fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. If this channel does like really successfully or something, I might make other channels dedicated to other forms of content like game design and whatnot. Simply because of the fact that it would be nice to have certain channels dedicated to certain themes and whatnot instead of just having one channel dedicated to everything. Because, you know, that's not good for the YouTube search engine.
Make like I was gonna say like dev journals, but
yeah.
Yeah.
But honestly, I'm not consistent enough to do that, and people would probably be asking like, "Where's the next dev journal?" I'm like, "I'm sorry, I've been doing other stuff like homework."
I mean, to be fair, a lot of people who make like dev journals of their games aren't consistent with their schedule.
Yeah, but I genuinely don't want to end up another Yandere dev.
Well, yeah. Well, I think he actually just focused too much on dev journal.
No. I mean, technically, yes.
Well,
but
no,
also,
there's a lot. There's of course a lot more problems than just that.
Yeah, he focused way too much on just playing games, which,
yeah.
But that's not what my channel's about, you know?
Yeah. That's fair.
But in all seriousness, if I were to actually make the game, I'd probably like send it to smaller YouTubers like me and say, hey, can you play this? And can you record this? You know, once I get it all tested and everything and it's running decently. I also want to add multiplayer because, you know, multiplayer makes games like that a lot more fun.
The trials and tribulations of making a multiplayer game.
Oh yeah, no, it's a pain.
Gotta deal with networking and stuff.
Yep. Though I'm sure I could do it. The power of the internet. And just remember, kids, if you ever are struggling with something and you have no idea what you're doing, there's always someone who had the exact same problem as you, figured it out, and was kind enough to give us a video. Or a very long-winded article. And that is the good thing about the internet, is that there's always someone who had the same problem as you, the same idea as you, the same everything. So, while you're never really original, you're certainly not alone.
Yeah, I remember we had this assignment for computer science, and like I did my code and it was all fine. My friend did it almost exactly the same as me. I was like, why am I getting this error? And looked it up.
Capitalization.
No. It was this really, really obscure. It's not that obscure, but like relatively obscure rule that Java has,
Oh boy. What?
where it just.
Oh, you remember the rule?
Well, yeah, where it just kind of it implicitly calls super always. So it was like basically it was being fed 4 variables when it could only put 2 variables in, and I was like, what do I do with the other 2?
Uh
Gonna
oh.
have it was just some weird, funny thing.
Push. Push.
But yeah, it's fun because like all I needed to do to figure that out was look up the error code and like see what other people were doing wrong.
Yeah. That's like the greatest thing about the internet, man, is that like no matter what, there's always people who have the exact same issue.
No matter what,
know what they're talking about.
No matter what, there's someone on Stack Overflow that did something wrong as well.
It's so great. I love it. I love being able to just figure stuff out with the help of other people. Like seriously, I probably would never be able to make a game if it wasn't for them, because I don't think I'm gonna make it much longer.
Nah, cool like.
Yeah. Mom and Dad said I only have like 1 chance and they'll stop paying for it, and well, I agreed to that at first. I'm starting to regret that because one single mistake is likely going to cause everything to go wrong. So what I can do is I could likely just get an apprenticeship, or I could look online for Skillshare or something like that in order to get the information. Well, you know, I won't be able to do games on my own. Or games in a team because I don't have a degree. I can at the very least work on my own. Yeah, like a basic movement script, a complex movement script, that would be nice.
You ever see those
Yandere Sim, you like coding.
You ever see those like tutorials? Like they're like really old, and like the first thing they started as, okay, we're just gonna import these random libraries that you have no idea about, and it's like, what?
Oh yeah, no, I think Brackeys has several videos that do just that. Like, all right, so we're gonna just add this together, and I'm like, okay, wait, whoa, what the fuck does this do?
Slow down.
What does this do? And like some of them aren't even available anymore for whatever reason, and it's like, no. Or like they've changed their name to something else, or they're added into one other one, and it's like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh wait, there it is.
Slow down. What is this method that you're calling? I don't.
Yeah, no, like Brackeys is a good guy. Don't get me wrong. Brackeys was a very good person. His stuff is great. The thing is like he's using very complex stuff. So like he uses an entire player controller. Brackeys is a YouTuber that was specifically designed to do coding stuff in Unity. So like he did a lot of code work in Unity and made like a ton of games in Unity for, you know, people to watch on YouTube. Go check him out after this stream. He's gone now. Like he left the servers. He left doing YouTube, so I hope he's doing well, but you know. Now like other people are starting to pop up, like Donnie. Despite the fact Donnie doesn't show us what he does, which is my biggest complaint.
He's a content man.
Yeah, he's a content guy and not a teacher.
So this dude, his channel was like the Dapper Dino. It's kind of small though, but like you got. I watched this.
Do you know who you're talking to?
What?
Do you know who you're talking to? Because if you want to talk about small, let's talk about small.
Well, I mean, like, yeah.
Like, he could still monetize, but, like, he wasn't anything special.
In YouTube algorithm, I'd say, yeah. But, I watched his, tutorial on how to make a Discord bot, and it was, like, pretty decent. And I don't know.
I love the internet. The internet's so helpful, and it can also be fucking terrible.
What's really weird is like he's collabed with some like big YouTubers, like and I immediately forget every single person's name. But
Take your time, Chief. Take your time.
He's collaborated with some like relatively big YouTubers, but his channel's like so small and it's really interesting. Let me see.
Honestly, it'd be kind of interesting to do streams
Okay.
of making a game.
I guess not small. He has.
Where
Yeah,
the
never
heck did
mind. I
move that
lied.
chest. Oh, there, he's big. He's a big beefy boy.
Yeah, no, that for Dino is definitely not small.
What's his current subscriber count at?
35K.
35K. That's actually not terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can still see why you called it small, because that is kind of small.
It's not like this place small, but
Yeah, it's not Plaguehead small. But you know, I'm a streamer. Not very many people look on YouTube for streamers, but
people. There's not a lot of like people who like.
stream on YouTube.
Well, I mean more. There's not a lot of people that like. When they see a YouTube streamer, they attach to that channel, I guess.
Yeah.
Or just streamers in general. I think it's mainly because
Who knows? Maybe it'll help if I actually start showing my face. But I won't do that until I get like a decent setup and a decent room to be doing it in. So
I think the main thing is like if you have like a streamer and you go look at their older content, it's all like hours long and people just find that daunting.
yeah. That's why I'm trying to make it only 2 hours long so it's not too much of an issue. And honestly, that's kind of why I respect JFJ, because he makes like a ton of these videos where it's just like Yakuza 0 is fun, blank is fun. His is fun series is literally just a recap of all of his streams, and they do really well.
The main thing is like how daunting like the videos seem.
Yeah.
Because even if they're not that hard to digest when you watch them, it's the first impression of like, if I watch this video and I put my time into it, am I going to have a positive result?
Yeah, no, I fully understand you, man. Like at the beginning where we were talking, I was talking about school of all things. Yeah, that'll win new subscribers over, surely.
That's why a lot of YouTubers have like VOD channels, because it's so like if a new viewer goes in to their main channel, they'll look at the easily digestible content instead of the
yeah, the streams and whatnot, or the like Slimesicle.
Yeah. Or like Tommy in it. Like he posts all his VODs on like one channel.
Yeah, no, I know. Honestly, if I were like a big YouTuber, one thing I would probably do was like I would scour the internet for smaller content creators and see like, hey, this guy's doing really good. And he's actually not that bad. He's actually pretty good. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make a video with him. Like, just so that people can understand, like, other people's content. Because I remember this one time where someone actually gave me a shout out. They were they were slightly bigger than me. Probably had like 100 subs at the time or something. But genuinely speaking, they didn't know what they were talking about. They felt a bit off. Because like they were like, I think he's a YouTube channel or a gaming channel, I'm not sure. When all you have to do is literally look at the videos and it will tell you blatantly that I am a gaming channel. But you know, it's still nice to have people like come in and say like, hey, this is some pretty cool content.
Man, getting validation is cool.
It really is. It feels nice.
Remember like there's this funny epic meme channel. Basically a mashup channel, I guess. Of like they mash up music, right?
Yeah.
There's this meme going around. I think it's still going around where they posted fan art of this one like Toho fan character that just randomly got popular, just every day, you know. And I like, oh, I want to make fan art, so I did, and then I was like, well, I made fan art. My creativity has like been fulfilled.
Now hopefully never do that again.
And then they posted it, and I was like, oh,
dude, freaking, that's the very definition of
Yo.
poggers.
Yeah, it's pretty epic.
Got it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I haven't seen what you said uh-oh yet, too.
I got stuck for a second.
Ah.
Bedrock's really weird, because, like, I don't know if I'm getting
Is that how it
everything, or if, like,
works?
I'm accidentally creating pits for bats. Because there's probably gonna be, like, a ton of bats when this is done, because, like, I still gotta flatten out every single wall. Which I gotta do by hand, because that's something you can't do with TNT.
Actually, going back to that, like, how daunting a video seems at first, I've noticed that a lot of YouTubers have stopped putting numbers on their Let's Plays.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know. Like, I guess that would explain why they do it, but it sucks, man.
Like, well, yeah, but I've also... The Let's Play format has kind of become more...
Stale.
We're playing a game, and it's basically just a podcast with the game.
Yeah, no, I fully agree with that. Which is kind of why I decided to do this format instead of the older format, because, yeah, the older format looks nice and all, but...
I don't know. It's just interesting. And like, I was watching, like, Alpha Red Plus, and I realized I basically haven't been paying attention to this gameplay. I've been watching them because of their personalities more.
Yeah. I don't know why, but, like, I think that just having one channel that's just background noise for you is really nice.
Oh, I didn't say Alpha Red Plus, I meant.
That's kind of my personality for most videos, you know. Most of my videos are, like, the background noise videos. The kind that you can just sit back and just be like, yeah, I can do work to this.
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't think, like, people who are watching this are like, oh, I love watching him dig cobblestone.
I love watching him dig an entire freaking trench bigger than the Mariano one. The ocean trench. This is my kind of shit. Most people will just, like, throw this into a time lapse and call it a day, but not me. No, not me. This is some prime content.
I mean, you could.
I know, I absolutely could. Like, if I really wanted to, I could just make this a time lapse of, like, hours and hours and hours. But I'm not gonna. Because, one, people don't make genuine videos describing what it's like to build these. And two, this is a hardcore world. Shit might happen.
Well, it's happened a few times.
Yeah, it's happened a few times like that, where I could have sworn I was far enough away for that guy to not hit that, but he did, and I'm angry.
The socially distanced.
Yep.
Okay.
It's a nice name, don't you think? For a crossbow, or for a bow that can just shoot things into outer space.
Oh yeah. Did I tell you that yesterday I had to take, like, this exam, and my teacher had sent, like, everyone, like, 3 documents. One of them was the instructions, one of them was the exam itself, one of them was an answer sheet.
Oh fuck!
Not at the time. I haven't seen what's happened. Oh!
It looks like I only lost 2.5 hearts.
Okay. Luckily, it's only like that wooden shack. Do you want to open
Someone
this,
please, just, like, make just a single clip of just, like, me turning around. Just the to be continued meme. Just da 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 da.
What link did you click?
Fucking roundabout. I don't know.
Luckily, wood has, like, a higher blast tolerance than dirt.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Anyways,
that was close.
what was fun about yesterday is my teacher just sent all the answers in the answer sheet.
Also, I'm glad that I kept 3 doors.
Nice.
Because that meant I actually kept one of the doors. That's nice. Wait, I just need to clear out everything and then I can go to sleep. Ooh.
Yeah. At least it was only a shack and it wasn't like some.
Yeah, it's only like the upstairs shack. Because the downstairs is hell. It's truly just a nightmare. I gotta do, like, a lot of stuff for this channel. One thing I gotta do is I actually have to get the announcements all set up properly, because, you know, the announcements aren't working, so that's a bit of a problem.
Oh, the community posts?
Not that. Announcements of subscribers.
Oh, that thing. Oh, like the, yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know why, but it's just not functioning on my computer.
Can't the boys only watch that trench digging gameplay?
It is a pretty damn good trench, let's not lie. Like, you want to build a trench, this is how you build a trench.
You know, those suckers in World War One did it like way too shallow. Like,
Yeah, they did it way too shallow, so whenever they poked their head out, they got their head shot. You don't want to get your head shot? Then you better dig a hole the size of Mars. Be a man. Dig hole. Big Mars. Dig a planet-sized hole. How to play Minecraft. Step 1. Dig a planet-sized hole. Step 2. That's it. You've done it. Go outside. You've played Minecraft.
there's gonna be people who are gonna do when the cave update comes out, they're gonna do digging out a trench speed runs for that. That's
Oh gosh, that's gonna suck. What's worse is that diamond pickaxes and beacons don't instantly mine it anymore, so
Yeah.
like that's the worst part.
Trench digging speedruns mostly just like the tech is to have an igloo, so you can trade with the zombie villager and get tools.
Yeah, no, I've seen chunk digging speedruns and they're like super cool. But just genuinely speaking, I'm not sure how I feel about the newest update because it's just so big.
It's really big.
I've tried multiple times to like go into a survival world or a hardcore world and just dig my way down to it.
Yeah,
And
no.
instantly die. It's really tough. I don't know if they've buffed up the mob spawning in those areas or something, but
Remember when they accidentally removed iron?
oh yeah, that was a thing.
And then they accidentally removed enchanting?
Oh yeah, no, that was another thing that happened. Why? Why? I don't know. Don't ask me. I don't know. Ask a professional.
You know what's interesting about Bedrock?
What's interesting about Bedrock? That they got like some different random things that are small, or like how you need to make a boat using an oar.
They haven't actually like gotten the full combat update yet.
Oh yeah, yeah, they have.
The
Like
whole,
they got
like,
shields and whatnot, but they don't have like the reload time.
yeah.
The reload it.
My
It
brother, like,
works. It is a reload.
my brother like playing it on PS4, and I was like, oh yeah. They have shields, but they don't have the recharge.
I don't know. I most likely prefer Java, not because it can be easily modded, but because A, I've been playing on Java my entire life, get off my fucking back, and 2, like, it's a lot easier just to mess around with. 3, you can make your own custom skins. You don't have to pay for shit. There's no microtransactions. Well, there is, but it's called Realms, and it makes sense.
They're hosting a server.
Yeah, they're hosting a server. It's not a very good server, but it's a server nonetheless.
Like, if you have an okay computer, like, if you just know how to port forward, that'd probably be better, but...
Yeah. Ooh. Oh, that's not good.
But...
That's not good at all. We got that lava. We got that drip. We got that drip. By that I mean there's fucking lava dripping everywhere. Oh god. It's burning.
Use that lava. You can make skins in Pocket Edition, lol. Well, yeah, but Pocket Edition is not Bedrock.
Is it?
Is it?
I could have sworn.
I don't
I don't know. I actually don't know. I remember, no. Because Minecraft Pocket Edition came out before
Pocket
Bedrock.
Edition is, like, separate as well.
I remember back when, like, I remember when I first played it and it first came out, it was so different from regular Minecraft.
There's the DS edition. Yeah, obviously it doesn't get updated, but...
Oh yeah, it is. It gets updated
yeah.
and whatnot, and on top of that, like...
Pocket Edition is Bedrock now. That makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, it does, especially with Microsoft.
when Pocket Edition was the ones that was getting the updates first. Like when they introduced beetroots, like Pocket Edition got it first, and I was like, whoa.
Really? Hey, Kitty. Welcome back to the streams. Is that the Kitty Mio Faz, or is that just an imposter? Dun 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 dun. Alright, I stop now. Just gonna clear out all the lava because I don't like lava. Lava's bad.
Man, Monster meme has really become Sans.
What?
Like the scale of it.
Oh, the Among Us meme has just become the Sans meme.
What?
Am I getting that right, or am I?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
the kitty who is feeling sick to the stomach.
What did you do this time? Alright, I don't need to go that far. Yet.
That's so disappointing.
You ate? What did you eat? Don't just pretend like I know what you're talking about when you say I ate, but for some reason like I feel like I'm about to die. What the frick did you consume? Human flesh?
Lead.
It's just straight lead. That is what she
Straight
can. She has consumed the lead. Nothing else, just lead. I'm liking this new keyboard. This new keyboard's nice.
That's it.
Like, you know, there's the minor clack here and there, but like most of it is just quiet. It's just peaceful.
Well, yeah, the clack's mainly if you like hit a little bit harder.
Yeah, like that.
Just mechanical keyboards where it's just like, you know.
Yeah, you know, I know exactly. Well, okay, this is a mechanical keyboard. Like there are different types.
It's not
of
like the one I have, I guess. That's
Yeah,
what I meant.
there are many types of mechanical keyboards. Only this one is more effective. It's more effective at sound suppression, and like, it's a little tough pressing down the buttons, I'm not gonna lie. But I much prefer this over having a great keyboard with squeaky keys and an annoying click. Kitty, it's probably because you haven't eaten breakfast or lunch that it's going worse.
Yeah, no. Whenever I don't eat, it actually makes me throw up. I don't know why. It's in weird.
Whenever I don't eat, I get the shits.
Could have been something that was.
Oh, fuck that, man. Here at Plaguehead, we go for just only the most, like, classy conversations possible. Like diary.
It,
You know, game development, school, diarrhea, you know, the usual.
yeah, eating nothing is probably gonna make it a lot worse.
Yeah, no, trust me. It's going to make it a lot worse, because if you have, like, a really bad diet, it's just going to make things just come out.
Ate last night.
Kitty, don't start saying, like, I can go 3 days. You can go 3 days, but that's killing you. You can't just say, oh, I can do, like, this amount. This is my limit. No, the stuff that you're doing and just shrugging off is killing you.
There's this really weird phenomenon where it's like, if I haven't eaten like breakfast and I'm in a car and there's sound from a radio, for some reason that specific combination makes me sick, and I'm not sure why.
Honestly, that was happening to me today. I had not eaten breakfast today because like I overslept. I mowed the lawn for my parents before I left to go back here because I probably should have mowed the lawn yesterday and came back yesterday so I could actually get all the work I got done. But you know,
It's like reflexively going out.
oh shit. Yeah, my main problem is like the dining hall is 20 minutes away from me, so it's like it's 20 minutes away for subpar food. My brain's like, no, don't go out for subpar food. You're medicated. Of which
Oh, yeah.
I will not describe for legal reasons.
medication do that.
Yeah, medication's fucking weird. And I'm actually wanting to consider like changing prescriptions just simply because of the fact that it makes me so refusing to eat that it hurts me as a human being. But that's a discussion for off camera.
It's different. Yeah.
Similarly to math and English. Though English, like I've already talked about a lot on this channel. How much I want to stab a black cat through the eye because of how much I've read every article about the black cat.
It's the black cat.
Yeah, the black cat. You know, the one that got its eye freaking torn out.
That one. I forgot about that one. I haven't read Poe in a bit.
Yeah, well, you're lucky. We've been having to read it every day, day in and day out. It's the black cat. And then we have assignments about the black cat. And then we have more assignments about the black cat. And then more assignments about the black cat. And then more and then more. It's like, why?
Generally speaking, just being forced to read poetry is just hard.
It is. It's just a struggle. It's not even fun. It's just aggravating. There's no freedom in it. There's no creativity. There's no rights. You're not allowed to interpret it yourself 90% of the time.
The stream title is supposed to be Plague Talks 020.
What? No, it's digging out chunks. Why?
Yeah, it also says Plague Talks 020. Unless I haven't refreshed my...
Try to refresh it. See if that fixes it.
It says Plague Talks 020 at the end. Like it says digging out chunks and then...
Oh, crap. Oh, I see the problem. Can you check what stream I have up left or last? Never mind. It was 26. Oh, 27. There we go. I'm using an older format that I used for like an older video, so yeah, that...
I think what's weird is like, it's chronological. It goes to 34. Then the Among Us one is 026. And this one is...
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh, damn it. I'm gonna have to fix that later in post.
It's be 36. I think, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to do everything in chronological order because it just makes everything a lot easier. Now we flutter on down. This area is just like a wasteland.
Yeah, you can fix that later.
There we go. Yeah, we can fix that later when we get stuff started. I think I'm actually halfway, actually. Hold on, let me check. I think I'm actually over halfway. You know, it's only taken me like a couple weeks. A couple months.
It's definitely more than a couple
Actually,
weeks.
yeah, no, I'm more than halfway. Nice. Like, this is the last leg of it. Anyway, let's get that machine going and tear down some more of this. But first, let me just cut off some of these irregular portions because I just hate them. They make me angry. They make me really angry. They make me, like, uncomfortably angry. Because they're just in the way. They're out of the normal position. And it's just like, Yeah, no. Tomorrow, if I have any time outside of school and, you know, recording, I am going to start working on making that first game that I was talking about earlier in the stream. Base building, fast-paced movement, and, like, first-person shooter stuff. Just something that I consider fun. Like, something that I just build for me. Like, you know, it's just something that I enjoy.
You're gonna start with the bean.
Just, yeah, no, start with the bean.
Bean.
What the fuck? Bro, she made beans. What the fuck? That's my best impression of that.
I mean, the bean's pretty. The bean's pretty much like, it's kind of like the circle thing in art. Like,
yeah, it's kind of like your first beginner thing, and then once you actually start adding new stuff and you actually get yourself a character, like Because I don't even know what kind of character I want to make. I don't know if I want to make double, like, 2 characters, 3 characters, 4 characters, or something.
First, gameplay first, right?
Yeah, gameplay first. Always gameplay first.
Unless you're,
Yandere.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it works sometimes if gameplay's not first, if it's like second.
Oh yeah, like Little Nightmares would be a very good example of that. Gameplay second mentality, because
Yeah.
Lord knows that game is not the greatest in gameplay, but it's beautiful story-wise.
I mean, it's still like fun. It's just not.
It's all right. I wouldn't call it like a ton of fun. It's not really the kind of game that I want to replay for the gameplay-wise.
Oh yeah. I guess there's also the replay, but macaroni with chicken strips.
Like separately or together? That's the most important question. Separately or together?
I think both are fine. I mean, then again, I don't really eat my macaroni with other stuff, generally.
Yeah, I don't really eat macaroni. It's just like I understand macaroni has like its certain taste, and I'm not the kind of vibe that macaroni needs.
I'm not a big fan of yellow cheese. I don't know if that.
Honestly, I'm not either. Yellow cheese. Oh no, that's gross. Like just I can't. I would not be able to eat mac and cheese slapped onto anything. Like mac and cheese and ketchup, no. Mac and cheese and steak like together, no. I could not vibe with that. I'm sorry, my guy, but I just cannot vibe with that. Whoa. Okay then.
Ketchup is like one of the few sauces that just tastes unhealthy.
Oh my god, I got yelled at the other day for trying to eat onion rings with my hands. It was weird.
What?
Yeah, so yeah, no, they're big. There were big ones, and my mom was like trying to tell me to use a fork without telling me like why or how, because you know I'm pretty sure I made it very clear that if you're gonna tell me to do something, explain how and why.
Onion rings with a fork.
Yeah, but they were like big ones that you would have to like roll up and stuff in your mouth, and my parents were just like, you need to eat it with a fork. I mean, it's nothing compared to like getting yelled at for just trying to get a drink from a convenience store. Which is another thing that happened.
Was it more of a don't stuff your mouth kind of thing?
I think so. I guess. I don't know. Like, whenever, when mom was like, about last night, I visibly was like, please no. Because I just don't want to hear. I don't want to get yelled at. That's kind of why I started streaming, because, like, it's the one thing where I'm not getting yelled at or being harassed for. I mean, yeah, they are starting to yell at me for that because, quote-unquote, I'm being lazy, but, you know, this is a break for me and for everyone. I stream at 7:15 to 9:15 because it's a break for everyone. Oh, a bit too quick.
I mean, I don't think macaroni and chicken strips is like a bad combination.
I can't vibe with it. I'm sorry.
For one, I would go for, definitely. But I mean, I guess if you like it, you know.
If you like it, then that's on you. But like
that's better. That's good for you.
Yeah, but just don't try to bring it to me, all right? I'm probably gonna kick you out of the house. Honestly, I'd probably be done with this if it wasn't for the fact that I'm just trying to gather up as many materials as I can from this.
Yeah, you could definitely finish this blue cheese. I swear I love blue cheese.
Interesting.
I never had blue cheese, actually. So I couldn't comment. I like the concept of cheese.
Yeah, no, I've got a test tomorrow. I got a paper due tomorrow, and it's just like, please, why? Why? We had Easter break. Why?
AP test coming up soon. About a month.
Oh yeah, and also like I'm trying to consider whether or not that I want to make the hardcore world part of the new update, or if I want to make an entirely new world dedicated to the update. Because, like, you know, playing on the hardcore world, what it's probably going to be is that they're probably just going to remove it and hide it. Like, they're probably just not going to add it in loaded chunks, because that's what they do for everything, despite the fact that they're increasing the height limit. In which case, if they do that, I am straight up going to build in the end.
I would suggest if you do it, like, do it in a new world instead of this one.
Yeah, because if I die, then I lose everything that we've been working on for so long.
The main thing I've seen is that 0, like, the coordinate y=0 has been completely redefined.
Yeah, now it's just a gateway. Do a speedrun. God, no, I am not a speedrunner. I mean, speedrunning Minecraft would, is popular.
Don't do 1.15 if you're gonna do a speedrun.
Isn't it like you can get Edmund Pearls really quick?
Nickel trades just suck. Yeah.
But I've never speedrun anything, so I don't know how to do it.
You know, if your game you're making like has sick movement, that'd be an interesting game to speedrun.
Well, you'd have to speedrun fighting off the monsters, so like it'd just be the fastest way you can kill enemies. Have you ever played Crossout?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, because another game I want to do would be similar to Crossout, in which it's a survival game where you continuously build a bigger and bigger truck.
Air Attack?
I guess so, but it's a post-apocalyptic game. Yeah, it's really just Crossout, only adventure mode Crossout.
Adventure mode and not.
You play as a driver, you play as a driver, someone who drives a lot around, or something. I don't know the plot of it. Basically, you start off with basically just a small car, or a small dune buggy, and by the end of it, you're sitting midway through an entire giant truck as you are pushing along entire buildings on your back, going through the last intense area of the game, which is literally just a road from Russia, or from America to Russia, to meet up with some rogue AI or rogue signal that's been guiding you through the entire game. It's dumb. It's really dumb, but it's just something fun.
Play this game, Google.
Play this game, Google. Oh, man. I don't know. Okay, I think that's just a joke about... There's somebody in my VR chat streams who always pops in, says, "Can you check out this world?" and then just fucking bails. Like, it's so weird. I don't get him. I don't understand why. I don't understand the games he wants me to play. And whenever I try to ask, like, can you clarify? He's just gone. And it's like,
speed
okay.
Yeah, I want to see a speedrun of Google Doodles.
That'd be interesting.
Okay, I think I have seen like Pac-Man speedrun, or the Google Doodle Pac-Man specifically.
Yeah, I mean that one's kind of like the main one.
And then of course the Snake one.
Yeah, of course it's Snake. You have to get That one's interesting. Like games with infinite possibilities and like there's no real ending to them. People just speedrun the fuck out of them. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Also, if it wasn't for this little chunk right here, we'd be moving on to the next section. So I'm just going to cut this one. Actually, you know what? I might cut this one down later and just get started on the next sector. Because I know you guys want to just see the progress being made and whatnot. And, I mean, progress is certainly being made. It's kind of interesting that, like, all the games that I play are either hit or miss with some people. Like, Minecraft and... what is the other game I play a lot of? VR Chat? Like, those are guaranteed hits. VR Chat, I have no idea why, but Minecraft, it's Minecraft. Like, come on.
Minecraft is Minecraft. Yeah, Minecraft's a very, like, safe game.
Yeah, especially for early starters. But then, like, I play other games. Like, The Evil Within 2 flopped hard. I could not get anyone to watch The Evil Within 2, so I'm quitting that series and instead playing it on my own. Because like I've had the game for a while. I paid $60 for it. I might as well play it.
How is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
How is that game?
it's all right. The scares are kind of, for lack of a better term, obvious. Like you can tell when they're coming. It's not hard.
Like Five Nights at Freddy's, just kind of.
A door opens. Oh, I wonder what's gonna happen. You turn around. You look behind you. The wall's shut. Like, okay, something spooky's going on, and something is about to come out and kill me. Like, it doesn't take a genius to figure out when the game is trying to kill you.
I think Five Nights at Freddy's just kind of destroyed my sense of, ooh, this is scary. Just made me less scared of things. It's weird.
I fully get that, because just Five Nights at Freddy's was all right. It wasn't great, but it's the fact that the game revolves around jump scares and just jump scares. At first, yeah, it's terrifying, but as you play it more and more, it just gets kind of boring.
If you're playing the game for the thrill, not the lore, then it's not.
Yeah, it's just not that great.
The new game looks interesting.
Oh, has he released more trailers about it?
No, but
Mm.
from the trailers, it just looks interesting. I've kept my thoughts reserved.
Yeah, you don't want to spoil anything for yourself.
Well, no, I've watched all the
Oh,
whatever it is, but I've kept my thoughts reserved on the game. Like I'm not gonna be hyped for it. I guess if that makes sense.
oh.
It's like
So, chat, what are you guys excited for? There's a lot of things coming out lately, like Stone Ocean, and of course, you know, more content from me. But, like, I just want to know, what are you guys excited for? Because there's a lot of things out there that are just coming out or just releasing, and I know a lot of things are going to be super exciting to play. I'm excited for the update myself, but I'm also excited for some of the new anime that are coming out this season. Or that have already started to come out, or whatever. But also, I'm just excited to start working on games and projects that I've been trying to work on for a long period of time. For one thing, like, I know for a fact that I'm going to be working really hard on my own channel. But also, I'll be working on making games on my own, so that I can learn how to make games on my own. Always find your passion. Remember that. Your passion is going to be the most important thing to you, and if you're good enough and you like it enough, then you can start working as a legitimate job. So, again, find your passion and keep going. You never know when you're going to find yourself at a position where you need some form of job or some form of something, and this is your only chance. This is your only opportunity. Oh, hep, what? Hey, what? Iron. This is why I always come through this area, because I never know what's out here. I don't know if there's iron, I don't know if there's gold, I don't know if there's diamond, but I don't want to lose any of the items. I don't want to lose the resources. But unfortunately, right now, I can't really afford the large amount of game spending I used to. So instead, I'm going to continuously play some of the older games I have on my computer, and maybe even stream sometimes on Twitch. I'm not fully sure about my schedule right now, but I do know one thing. I'm going to keep streaming as much as I can, because streaming helps. Streaming helps calm the nerves. It makes me feel sane. It helps me keep my sanity. And you should find that thing that helps you keep your sanity, because, well, your sanity is very important to yourself and me. Thunk, 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 thunk.
I'm head out, but
Alright.
have fun with the rest of the chunk mining. And
Alright.
good luck.
See
Good
ya,
luck
man.
on Good luck on your exam tomorrow.
Oh man, I wish. I'm doomed.
Eh,
It doesn't make sense.
hopefully it's easier than the review.
Yeah, hopefully it's easier than the 3-hour review that I have been slowly killing myself over.
Alright, yeah, talk to you later.
Later. Alright. I think we've done enough digging around here. My shovel's kind of low. Speaking of which, I think this is probably a good time to end the video. I know I usually end these videos about like a few minutes later, usually 10 minutes later. However, this stream, streaming is fun and all, but I still have a lot of homework I gotta do. In the next video, I'll go over some of the things that need to be done in this world, and who knows, maybe we'll continue tearing this area down. This is kind of the biggest project of the entire world. Anyway, with that out of the way, my name's the Plaghead, and I'll be signing off. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Later.